on today's episode of The Unwritten Rule presented by FanDuel. It's OC talk. Kirby Moore obviously left for Wazoo a couple of days ago. Did it, of course, the day after our Friday show. So we haven't had the chance to talk about that until now. So had a good conversation about his departure. Just gave our takes on his time at Mizzou, how it should kind of be reflected upon, because it's been an interesting kind of reception, both nationally and within Mizzou circles, which is a little weird to see, especially nationally, so much chatter about him. But we kind of gave our thoughts on his tenure at Mizzou and the highs and the lows and all that stuff. And then we gave, a few names potentially to watch. One left field shout that Payton gave that I think you're really going to want to listen to and enjoy hearing. So gave a few kind of candidate, prospective candidates, if you will, and people we might end up seeing get named as candidates as this search goes on. So talked all about that. Then talked about the Bethune-Cookman game for Mizzou men's basketball. Talked about the Tigers' win there. Had some good convos about Anthony Robinson and what lineup we might see, or just how good this starting lineup that has been out there with Jacob Cruz in it is going to kind of continue his sort of ceiling for Mizzou. Talked about some broader stuff because, of course, the cupcake portion of Mizzou's schedule is wrapped up. So now you get into the only high major games from here on out, only conference games from here on out after Illinois. So we're into the meat and potatoes of the season now. Just kind of give a general just pulse where things are at, especially with Ant Robinson, with some of the lineup stuff, and just some other things with Mizzou men's basketball. So that was good. Talked about Mizzou women's basketball as well in quick hits, them beating SLU. Talked about Brady Cook in quick hits. Talked about Mendoza winning the Heisman Trophy. Did a quiz. All good stuff in quick hits. So without further ado, let's get you to the show. The Unwritten Rule starts right now.
Marcel, where are you going with that disc? You are not putting that on again. Marcel, okay, if you press that button, you are in very, very big trouble.
Attention. Everybody stop what you're doing. It's time for The Unwritten Rule, a Mizzou sports podcast brought to you by the Believe Network, alongside Peyton Haverman and Kenny Van Doren. Here is your host, Jack Knowlton.
Welcome back to The Unwritten Rule. Today is Monday, December 15th, and it turns out it was Kirby Moore and Pullman after all, maybe, because Mizzou has an offensive coordinator vacancy to fill. Kirby Moore does indeed take the Washington State job. We didn't get a chance to talk about this. Thank you, Kirby Moore, for taking the job one day after we recorded our last podcast, so that we had to wait all the way until Sunday to give our reactions to that. But yeah, Washington State is hiring Kirby Moore as its next head football coach. Of course, he's a Washington native, played at Boise State, which isn't in Washington, but has some hometown connections there. And has spent the last few seasons as Mizzou's OC, and is now going to make the step up to a head coaching role in what is the status of Washington State again? Are they reviving? Are they joining the Mountain West? I've already
Pac-12.
It will be the Pac-12 again. Okay.
Just with a lot of Mountain West teams.
Mountain West teams. Okay. So he'll join a newly formed Pac-12 program and try to raise them up. This is obviously big news, of course, for Washington State, of course, for Kirby Moore. It'll be his first head coaching gig. So that'll be very intriguing to watch. I'm sure we'll have some headlines, some Tigers in the wild in the future with Kirby Moore related things. But it is also major news for Mizzou because they now have a coaching vacancy. We've seen, Drinkwitz in the rumor mill for a while. He signs that extension, which still hasn't, I guess, avoided him from the rumor mill because I see his name on headlines with the Michigan job after that whole situation. But regardless, Mizzou is able to lock him down, and now he's going to have to find a new offensive coordinator. Kirby Moore, not the best ending to his tenure by a lot of people's amalgamation, still did some very good things in his time with Missouri. What are your guys' reactions to this? Obviously an intriguing situation now for Drinkwitz. We've talked all the time about maybe his best trait is how he's been able to find good assistants, and he's going to have to do that again. And you know what, Peyton, I'll ask you to do this. Sum up Kirby Moore's tenure with Mizzou in 5 to 10 words. That'll be my first mission to you.
More good than bad. I really do think that. I think what people need to not lose sight of is that like Kirby Moore's hiring in general was a very pivotal moment, I think, for Missouri in general. Because Drinkwitz was calling plays his first 3 years, with the exception of maybe 4 or 5 games under Bush Hamden, and I don't even think that ever got like officially stated by anyone. It was just
It
kind of
did.
the hot rumor. It did get stated by
I'm
someone
pretty
eventually.
sure Drinkwitz said that at the end of the year.
Okay, good. Yeah, and Drink was not a good play caller. I mean, I think he even has said on multiple occasions it was too much for him to juggle with being the OC, the CEO, head coach. Like him being able to step away from being the play caller in general made Missouri a better program because, for one, it allowed Drink to become more of a CEO type, more of an actual leader, which I think are the things he's better at, rather than being an offensive savant. You know, it's still his philosophies and everything. Wide zone is still his bread and butter. Every OC that comes in here is going to have to start like you're going to have to run outside zone in this offense. That's just what Drinkwitz wants to do. And it's been successful here for the most part. It's just been the passing game. But Drinkwitz in general, that was a big show of maturity and growth from him. And Kirby Moore, I mean, in 2023, when Brady Cook was healthy and everything, that's probably been the best Missouri's offense has been since Drew Lock was the quarterback. I mean, that 2023 team was lighting the world on fire for a lot of the year. And again, at the end of the year, it culminated with them winning the Cotton Bowl over Ohio State. I'm going to bring that up every chance I get. Year 2, it got a little more shaky. I mean, Brady Cook was not healthy a lot of the year. Drew Pine was rather ineffective for most of the year. They still found a way to have a pretty decent offense. And mind you, I don't think too highly of Marcus Carroll or Nate Noel. Nothing against them in particular. It was still a productive run game, but definitely probably, other than 2022, the worst the run game has been. And they still found a way to score a decent amount of points in most games and win 10 games at the end of the year. This year, everything kind of just went sideways. Bo Perbula didn't work out the way they wanted. I put a lot more of it on just the mess of the QB situation than Kirby. Kirby is not blameless. Like, that sequence in the Vanderbilt game was really bad. I mean, I bet if you'd ask him now, he'd probably want those plays back. But again, I don't think Kirby Moore was nearly as bad a coach as people made him out to be. He's a bit of a wonky play caller, not perfect, but I do like it. I like him more than I disliked him by a lot at the end of the day. And I think it's probably for the best that he got this job. I think it's a good off-ramp, fresh start for everyone. He gets to go and be a head coach somewhere he's from at a program that is probably going to be one of the better ones in their new conference or the new look Pac-12 at least. Drink can kind of wipe the slate clean at OC, and he can pitch to prospective candidates. Look, our last OC just went and got a head coaching job. So, and I'm excited to see where it goes, especially with the new salary pool. I'm happy for Kirby Moore. I do think he's a good coach. I don't buy into the whole, the real dog pile on top of Kirby Moore that he got at the end of the year.
I've been stunned how national that was, Kenny. Like, you've seen some college football personalities posting like Missouri got a win here, that Kirby Moore was leaving. Payton, I think you summed it up well. Kenny, I don't know if you have it. Yeah. What do you have to add on Mr. Moore's departure in Mizzou's OC situation here now?
I don't get a chance to talk. Payton climbed into my brain and said everything I wanted to say too. So I think you hit it well, Payton. I think from the standpoint of this is a good option for Missouri as well, because they don't really have to go in and overanalyze the offense moving forward. You know, this is just an opportunity that probably was going to happen eventually. I think a lot of people were expecting Kirby Moore at some point to be a head coach. If that was going to be back out west or somewhere else in the country, it made the most sense that it did happen. And, you know, the issue with like the offense down the stretch, no matter if you didn't have the quarterback, I think that's what left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. And that's like what they're probably going to remember Kirby Moore for the most. At the end of the day, these are fans that are looking at it, and not like us that's probably trying to take a step back and give people a better perspective on it. So I think it's a good opportunity for both parties, just kind of reset. And Drinkwitz mentioned they're going to really like look over this offense and see what they can fix going forward. And starting with a new offensive coordinator is a good place to start.
Yeah, I'd say so. Payton, we were talking in the event that Drinkwitz left that, you had your coach pool, your tweet drafted ready. I'm sure you've had some time to think about in the days since this got announced, some potential candidates. I'll ask both of you this first, though. Is there a chance at all Missouri looks inward for this? I mean, there are obviously good offensive coordinators, or not offensive coordinators, offensive coaches on this team. Feels to me like they would go outside for that, but that just popped in my brain. I don't know if you have a take on that, Payton, or if you have a short list you can feed us.
I don't expect them to go internal, honestly. I really think Drink is he likes his assistants, but he likes to keep them where they are for the most part, I think. I was all but certain that when Blake Baker left, we were going to see DJ Smith step into the role. That did not happen. They looked outward and found Corey Bethune, who wasn't really super heralded, but it's turned out to be a really dynamite hire. So I'd expect them to do that as well. I also just don't think you get a big assistant pool just to go internal. I'm sure they knew that there was some possibility they'd be having some change at OC going into the offseason, whether they forced the issue or someone else came and hired Kirby Moore. So I expect it to be external. I don't really have much of a list, I'll be honest with you. I don't really nobody knew who Kirby Moore was until he was hired by Mizzou.
I saw that. Wait, I saw that. I saw Gabe mention that too. I knew who Kirby Moore was.
Okay, well, nobody knew Kirby Moore, the offensive coordinator.
I knew he was coaching, so I don't know. I feel like I knew that. I don't know why, but I mean, I remember watching.
No, because we
Boise
talked
State.
to the guys in Boise, and I'm sure they mentioned him before, but I don't think we knew he would be an OC candidate at Mizzou. Nobody was really connected that. Bethune, nobody knew him. People knew the head coach at South Alabama at the time, in Kane Womack, but nobody expected that one. So it's kind of wasting my breath. The one name I really, really want to see is Chip Kelly. And I know that sounds so completely off the wall, but the guy has interviewed at Georgia Tech and Michigan State, apparently, this offseason. And Mizzou just got a big boost to their salary pool. That'd be a pretty good hire optics-wise, and I think he was excellent at Ohio State. Obviously, Missouri's not going to have Ohio State talent. I still really believe Chip Kelly would be great at the college level. So I'd love to see that get thrown in there. I'm not going to waste I'm going to be honest. I really don't have a whole lot of other names. I know a lot of people like Jake Spavital from Baylor, which is really funny because there is familiarity there. Jacob Peeler was his OC when Spavital was the head coach at Texas State. But other than that, I think really it's throwing darts. There's one other guy who I know probably will get mentioned a lot who I think Kenny will bring up. So I'll let him kind of take over. But
he let you talk,
Kelly
Kenny.
For me. Yeah.
He let you talk. Do you have a name or that name?
Talk about Bobby Petrino?
No.
Talk about Casey Woods?
Yes, Casey Woods.
Yeah, I think that would be like the home run to bring him back to Missouri. Do I think that happens? Not necessarily. I think there's probably a better chance that maybe it does come from one of the higher group of 6 teams rather than poaching someone away from another Power 4 team. But that, like you're talking about Payton, with the higher pool of money as well, that does draw me away from anything internal happening as well. We didn't see it with Bush Hamden. The only other 2 guys, you talk about Jacob Peeler, but, Sean Gleason has multiple years of experience as an OC. I don't think either of those happen just because there is a real good opportunity for Drinkwitz to make a great hire. And if you go out and get a guy like Chip Kelly, let him just run the offense. You don't have to worry too much about him, being a recruiter. He's done it before, of course. He was at Ohio State. He helped with that. He's been in college before with Oregon and UCLA. But you have a quarterbacks coach in Sean Gleason as well, who's been kind of in charge of getting that quarterback each cycle the last 2 years. I think that would be an incredible hire if you can bring in a guy with that experience and someone who's won at multiple levels.
Yeah, Chip Kelly would be great. I think that's a cool, like sort of left field, but like Payton said, with the jobs he supposedly is interviewing for, not an impossible sort of task if they wanted to look.
I will say also, I mean, it kind of Ohio State's gonna have an opening at OC with Hartline going to USF. I could totally see them bringing back Chip Kelly unless there's something I don't know there. We'll have to just see. It's not likely, but I'd love to see it. Like, that would be so fun to have Chip Kelly as the OC of Missouri.
Yeah, at least an interview, or do something. We'll see what avenues they kind of take. I mean, you talk about Corey Bethune, who was able to make the jump from a Group of 5 coordinator to a Power 5 coordinator. Do they go with the Group of 5, Group of 6 head coach? What directions they take. Any final thoughts on the OC situation, or maybe Drinkwitz to Michigan before we talk some hoop before quick hits?
I will say I don't expect him to get the actual job, but I kind of expect I don't expect him to be the play caller when I say this, but I would not be shocked if we see with Curtis Looper, he gets maybe the co-OC title thrown onto his description, kind of like they did with DJ Smith a few years ago. I think he's kind of earned a little bit of a pay bump and a promotion. You throw the co-OC on there. I think he's also like assistant to the head coach or something like that. I would expect they give him some sort of a raise and like a title upgrade like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good question, because I was going to go and look at that. I was just going to say associate head coach or assistant head coach would be
Something
the
like
best
that,
title. Yeah. I'm going through right now. I don't think there's an assistant head coach. Last time it was Al Pogue. Al Pogue's the assistant head coach. Mm-hmm. I think at some point too, Eric Link had that position, but the past 2 seasons has definitely been Al Pogue as the assistant head coach. Yeah, I think
he's right. I think you're right, Kenny. I think Link did have something like that.
Because it was something like where Link almost had like 3 positions. He was special teams, of course, tight ends, and assistant head coach. I do like that idea. With the offensive play calling as well, last thing on this, Drinkwitz has mentioned it before, and this isn't like a secret as well. A lot of like the input you get when you're calling these plays, it's not like Kirby Moore is just doing everything, or the offensive coordinator. There's a lot of input coming in from other coaches that are giving plays of things they see. It even goes down to other offensive assistants that don't have a title of head or cornerback, running backs coach, wide receivers coach. So there is still a lot of input there. So I'm interested to see whoever they choose to call plays in this game, because I want to know who else has a lot of input into what Kirby Moore was doing and calling a lot of these plays.
Yeah, we'll see what Mizzou ends up doing and how long that search kind of takes. See if Chip Kelly emerges as a name. I'm gonna keep an eye on that now, Payton. You've planted that seed, so I appreciate that. But Kirby Moore going to Wazoo, a good reset for all parties is the summation from us here at the Unwritten Rule. By the way, if you're worried about Drinkwitz now potentially doing the play calling in the bowl game, which I know has kind of been a topic joked about amongst us, has not changed the line. FanDuel still has Missouri as 6.5-point favorites. So they have not received word that Drinkwitz might be play calling in that game, or maybe he'll hand the reins off, which I think I would enjoy, is just to even see, even if he doesn't get interviewed or whatever, if it is like a Jacob Peeler or somebody else getting a chance to maybe call some plays just in a one-off situation like that, that'd be kind of fun. But I think Drinkwitz having that mantle might worry us a little bit for the Virginia game.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Jack. I mean, I mentioned this to Kenny, and I think I said it on the show as well. I mean, Peeler's been an OC before. He's called plays, I'm sure. Well, I don't know if he called plays under Spavital. I can't say that for sure, but he's been an OC, so I'm sure he's capable of doing it. I would also like to see maybe Peeler or even Looper get a chance at some play calling. I don't want either of those guys to get the actual play calling job next year unless it's absolutely necessary to keep them from taking another job. But I would I agree with you, Jack. I would like to see one of those assistants get a one-off.
Be fun. I think it'd be a good opportunity for them. I mean, you see it with kind of players all the time with opt-outs and things of that nature. You get players who get their kind of chance to shine in the bowl game. It'd be nice for one of those guys to be able to show their play calling chops, especially given what they've given to Mizzou's offense in their position role. So we shall see. But yeah, it will be a fun saga a little bit to follow as Mizzou looks to fill its offensive coordinator job. All right. I delayed the inevitable for 18 minutes. Let's talk Mizzou Bethune-Cookman for a little bit before we go to quick hits. I'm trying to think if this is the bright side, maybe just the bright side for our own, like, not as bored parts of our Mizzou basketball brains. The boring part of the schedule is over. This was the last group of five, last mid-major, low-major game that Mizzou will play this season. They beat Bethune-Cookman 82-60. Everything now ramps up. I'm sure you guys saw the bottom ticker that they flashed on SEC Network of Mizzou's upcoming games, which is Illinois, Kentucky, Auburn, Florida, and Ole Miss. Definitely got the order wrong of those SEC games, but that is the next five. So it now gets real. This was the last tune-up game for that. Another kind of just blah. I actually managed, Kenny. I know I didn't do any superlatives when you and I talked to Alabama State. I did manage to come up with some. I wanted to try and find kind of the biggest question or thought-provoking thing that I had from this game to kind of start with. The two that I wanted to hear your guys' opinion on was just how your thoughts on kind of how Ant has been in these last two games. But I'm gonna start with this instead, and then we could talk Anthony Robinson. If/when Jaden Stone comes back and is healthy, does Jacob Cruz need to stay in this starting five for Mizzou? This is his second game starting. He led them in scoring. He's continued to shoot the ball well. He's right now the best three-point shooter in the country. Granted, it's against two mid-majors. But given what we've seen from Missouri's offense and some of those struggles from Ant, does he have to stay in the lineup for you guys when Jaden Stone and I guess even Trent Pierce presumably comes back this season? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts there?
Well, I mean, Stone never even started, did he?
Did he not? I guess he didn't.
So I mean, why? I don't think you have to change anything there. Just have him keep coming off the bench.
My mind went to, were you kind of asking for another guard to go in there and then realize you have two sharpshooters off the bench? I mean, or were you thinking that Jaden Stone would start?
Honestly, in my brain, I had Jaden Stone starting, maybe just because that's how impactful he was. But I don't know when Mizzou's fully. Maybe just keep it broad. Just Jacob Cruz keeps starting because he hasn't been until these last two games.
I think realistically, he's in there for Porter more than anyone else, and I don't think Javon Porter is a high major player. I really don't. He just has not played like it at all. Jacob Cruz has been great offensively this year. You know, you kind of have to live with the defense a little bit. I mean, it's not like he's going to ever really turn into a great player there, I don't think, but it's good enough, like with the offense you're getting from him, to warrant him still playing the amount of minutes he does and starting. I think this starting lineup in general just works better. Their big jumbo lineup that featured Porter, Mitchell, Phillips and all that, it just didn't work. And I mean, most lineups with Porter don't work, unfortunately. So I would definitely keep starting him.
Yeah, I think you're right with the jumbo stuff does not work. I agree with you with Porter. Kenny, I don't know if you have a thought there with how Cruz has been playing, because Payton nailed it. Like, the defense isn't even like Caleb Grill level. Which Caleb Grill, like, he wasn't a stud, but he made some good plays defensively on top of the sharpshooting. But it feels like with what he did last year, maybe there's an argument to be made to keep that guy off the bench and let him impact games that way. But I just think with like the differences in Missouri's offense and scoring punch when you don't have like a Tamar Bates, I think you kind of need that guy in your starting five to get games going right. Especially, as you guys so smartly corrected me, if you have Jaden Stone and you just keep him off the bench and he can maybe be that guy for you.
I think it's good to have, a perimeter presence in that starting five, someone that's going to play 32 minutes. Anthony Robinson has been up and down from 3-point land this year. One of the big things coming into the season was challenging him to have a more consistent game deep, and it just really hasn't been there yet, and went 0 for 2 from beyond the 3-point line in this game, but still scored 15 points. And like Jack said, we'll talk a little bit more about Ant in a second. But I think this is a good thing to have. I mean, besides him, you don't really have much of an offensive presence for Mandar Boateng. They talked about that on the broadcast too. It's like he went in and scored at some point, and it was like, okay, that if he's going to add a couple more minutes each day, and as a starter, he's got to start doing that a little bit more. Both of his shots came from deep. He went 2 for 4 there. But overall, I mean, you probably need Jacob Cruz in that starting lineup, just kind of moving forward. Don't really know what could happen with Pierce at this point. Still, hasn't played in a game, but I think he would have been a guy that would be in this starting lineup right now if he was fully healthy throughout the entire season, even the past 2 or 3 weeks now. But I think you have to have Cruz in there. It's a little bit different than the Caleb Grills situation because he was so good off the bench. That offense was a lot deeper. I mean, it had Tamar Bates in there, and Anthony Robinson was playing with his hair on fire. I didn't see him play with that kind of energy. Of course, Mark Mitchell's back in this lineup again from last year, 19 points in this one in 28 minutes. Still a nice performance from him. But I think right now you just got to keep rolling with the hot hand in Jacob Cruz.
Yeah, I think it opens up the offense a little bit better. It stretches the defense, pulls people out of the paint where they're going to guard Mark Mitchell. Payton, then what's the starting five for you conference play? Let's just say Jaden Stone is fine. Maybe Trent Pierce comes back. Because for me with Trent Pierce, like the timeline's wearing pretty thin to chuck him back in a starting lineup after the amount of time he's missed.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If they get anything out of Trent Pierce at this point in the year, I'll consider it a win. I would be kind of surprised if he came back and was effective at this point. It's too late in the year. I don't even think you can really work him in cohesively at this point. I mean, there's enough dead weight on the roster, in my opinion, that you can kind of just mix it up with him if he gets healthy in conference play. Like, I don't really need to see a lot of Sebastian Mack anymore. I don't really need to see a lot of Javon Porter. But for him to come in and immediately be thrown in as a starter, I don't think that would be a good idea. My five right now, I guess, I think Ant these last 2 games has really taken a step forward. It's still not perfect. I want to see him play a bit more confident than he still is. But, I mean, he had 2 steals today. He had 3 blocks, 7 assists. Good day scoring the ball. It was better. He needs to be more like that in conference play if they're going to do anything. Mitchell's obviously going to start. He's their best player. I think Cruz has to start. He's kind of emerging as that third co-star for them. In fact, I think for Mizzou to really win games, it's probably going to take all 3 of those guys having a good day. Unless Jaden Stone comes back and really kind of lights the world on fire and they get a contribution from somewhere else. I don't see how you win games without those 3 really clicking. Right now, I'd honestly still keep both. I'm gonna do this with the assumption that Pierce is not back yet. I'm gonna do this until I see him come out and play. I'm gonna assume he's gone. I'd keep Boateng in there, I guess. It feels like he's still getting his feet under him, but he's flashing a bit. He's getting some tough boards. I think he's actually half decent defender. He's been lost a couple times, but I keep thinking about how he played Peterson. I thought he played Darren Peterson pretty well in the border war. So I'd keep him there. The 5th spot, I guess I'd keep Phillips kind of by default. I don't think Phillips has been very good, but I think he's probably a bit safer, a bit of a better option in SEC play than Northweather. And I don't like the idea of playing Ant and Barrett together in the same lineup a lot, especially out of the gate. And that's a much smaller lineup as well. So that would be my 5. Ant, I'd have Cruz in there. I'd have Mitchell. I'd have Boateng, and I'd probably just keep Phillips in there. So what it has been is basically what I'd keep it as right now.
Yeah, that's where I gauged it too. I wanted to gauge if you had if there was anyone off the bench that has popped enough other than a Boateng or that could replace a Boateng or a Phillips. But I'm with you, Kenny. I don't know if you differ off of that. And Payton kind of segued it to if you have any Ant takeaways. I think he has been much more assertive, like Payton said, in these last 2 games. The second half in particular today was good. 10 points, 2 assists, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal.
Yeah, it's very noticeable, like extremely noticeable. I think in our recap of the game before this, I think that's what we mostly talked about, Jack, is that he was there. I mean, it was just like he was inching closer to that confidence that defined him last year. And when you have a lot of like inconsistencies right now, just in the paint, more so with your big man in Sean Phillips, I think it's pretty good to see. He's been good from the field and, scoring on the inside a little bit as well. In that second half alone, 4 for 5 from the field. It's a good performance, 18 plus minus in the second half. And just overall, I think this is maybe just like a weird thing to point out. He's really good at blocking corner threes and, stopping scoring from the corner. He's done it the last 2 games now. And we talked about last game, Jack, that there was just really no defense. And you looked up those steal numbers. What a good performance overall from Mizzou in this one defensively. It's 10 total steals, 7 total blocks. Like you mentioned, 3 of those blocks coming from Ant and 2 of those steals. It's a good, turnaround. I don't care who the opponent is, but to have those defensive numbers coming back, it's a good sign when you start inching closer, because last year this team kind of surprised us a little bit with its ability to steal balls. And we thought maybe that they would kind of waver in that category without Sean East on the team anymore. But seeing 4 from Mark Mitchell and 2 from Anthony Robinson, it means to me, it looks like it's trending a little bit better than it was early on in non-conference play.
Yeah, I wonder with just the prolonged absence of Trent Pierce, the loss of Tamar Bates. I think this team, we're just kind of watching it with our eyes, like try to navigate some kind of unexpected. Like obviously Tamar Bates you were planning for, but I think Trent Pierce a little bit was, that's been a surprise that he hasn't been in. I mean, we were penciling him in as one of those starters. And, I think that's affected a guy like Anthony Robinson, especially on the offensive end. But I think the other thing has been, and Dennis Gates nailed it in his last presser, was the overthinking and the, not really like trying to feel out the game too much and almost feel like he's limiting mistakes rather than trying to go get a bucket. I mean, he has a couple where he's a big guy. He runs into the chest of a defender on the block and kind of puts a shot up. He had a really tough turnaround bucket in the second half of this game that I was like, ooh, if this can be once or twice a game, you can start to get this out of him. He's going to keep bringing it on the defensive end. He's going to, you look ahead to the Illinois game, he's going to face a guy in Boswell who's a really good point guard. I'm interested to see how well he does there. But yeah, it has felt these last 2 games like he's figured it out. And then the defense, Kenny, that's one of the things that's impressed me the most, mainly the transition out of it. I mean, they had the 23 points off those 16 turnovers. I forgot to write down off the top of my head. I have the stat broadcast in front of me, what they finished. They had 13 fast break points in total. So when this team can run, that's when the offense is felt at its best. It's just going to come down, I think, to how consistent Ant can keep being, how consistent all 3 of those guys can keep being to kind of maintain pace with teams. The other thing is they got to make their damn free throws, fellas. Under 70%, 2 games running, especially with Mark Mitchell. I mean, how many times have we talked about this last year where how often he gets fouled? They're a team that wants to get into the lane. That they got to make free throws, or they're going to lose. They're going to lose games because of that. But that's kind of a side note. Final takeaways, if you guys had any from Illinois. I did have a random cameo award from this game, kind of. It's a random 1/2 cameos when they talked about Mo Williams. Shout out Mo Williams. Fun NBA.
They haven't played Illinois yet.
No, I'm saying before, like from this game, before leading into Illinois.
There was a lot of who's the color commentator?
Sunvold.
There was a lot of Sunvold talk in this one. They talked about the shorts in the rafters. I guess that's my one thing I'll say. My cameo, his shorts.
Mo Williams.
Talked about Patrick Mahomes.
They did. They mentioned Patrick Mahomes. We'll talk about Patrick Mahomes in quick hits.
How about Bethune-Cookman's coach? I mean, it's former NBA guy.
I didn't know who he was, and he's like top 50 in scoring and assists all time.
Yeah.
They were
Reggie
giving him
Tice, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Yes. Yeah,
Former
Tyson.
Bulls player, former All-Star in the NBA.
They were giving him the Hall of Fame. They were like, if any voters are listening, put this guy in
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame. I love that. Him and the Alabama State coach, two coaches I'm rooting for to do well.
I think Tony Madlock is very good, the
Yeah.
Alabama State coach.
He was loud. The hot mic was picking him up the entire game. It was great.
I believe it.
I forgot to mention that. There you go. There's Bethune-Cookman talk. We'll have some more stuff. We can dive a little bit deeper. Maybe we'll have some injury updates coming this week, and we'll be able to fully preview the Illinois game, which I'm sure we'll love to do. I'm sure that'll be great. Great time. An angry Illinois team after what happened to them on Saturday. That was pretty nuts. Lost to Nebraska on a buzzer beater. So they're not going to be happy. Payton, you looked like you were about to say something. You looked like
I'm just looking at Illinois'. I'm looking at Illinois' Torvik page. Boy, I was really hoping they at least turn the ball over or something. They don't.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, I was hoping for a lot of things that I am not getting out of Illinois' Torvik page.
There you go. Mini preview. All right, there you go. There's some OC talk for Mizzou, and we will segue. We'll finish the show. Like I said, we're going to talk about the Chiefs. Sorry, Chiefs fans.
I'm not.
In quick hits. We'll stay tuned. Okay, quick hits time. We're back to Ken's Sports Shorts with the Daily Dozen trivia, Kenny.
Yeah, we haven't done it in a while, so I thought it'd be a good time to do it. And
I
had nothing else to do.
You had a really good idea for a Ken Sports Shorts the other day.
What?
The like most forgettable conference.
Darn.
That's
why didn't you just remind? Did you just remember when we started it? Did you just remember like when Jack hit start?
No, I remembered it earlier. I just figured.
Why didn't you say it?
I thought you were saving it.
Okay, we'll do it another day. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Hopefully, there's not a category on here that just says like identify this color and it's gray or blue, because Payton will not get that right.
You shouldn't make fun of people who are colorblind.
These guys are making fun of me because we were just talking about the old Dolphins jerseys and they're teal.
No, I shouldn't have brought that. Yeah, thank you, Kenny. I'll do this by myself.
Daily Dozen trivia.
Blue gray.
Yep.
NFL. Undrafted out of Cal Poly Pomona University's Jim Zorn was the original QB for this current day NFC team for its first 8 seasons from 1976 to 1983, where he threw for over 100 touchdowns.
I mean, easy.
Vikings?
No, you're thinking of not Jim Kelly. The fellow with the sunglasses.
I'm really surprised one of you doesn't know the answer here.
Packers?
No.
The Seahawks.
It is the Seahawks.
Okay, NBA. Taken after Ben Simmons, the Lakers drafted this forward second.
Nobody remembers it.
It's Steve Largent.
Yes, Steve Largent.
Yes, Zorn and Largent.
You said Jordan Largent.
Yeah,
no, I didn't.
Yeah,
I also knew. I wanted to watch Kenny.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it. I mean, the Lakers drafted this forward second overall in the 2016 draft.
Forward?
Isn't this
sorry, 2016. I know it. I know
BI?
it.
Yeah.
No, it's not BI.
Yeah.
It is BI?
Wait.
Yeah.
I believe you're right. Yeah. It's BI. It's not Julius Randle. It's Brandon.
No, that would be
Randle was earlier.
But he was like 2013,
no, you're right.
right?
Click Brandon Ingram. It's right.
Okay. MLB. Oh, I know this one. I know this one. Jack, you're gonna have to guess this. Coco Crisp.
I know this one. I know
more
this
than
one.
300 stolen bases during his MLB career from 2002 to 2016, with more than half coming with this American League franchise.
Y'all don't know. I was an avid MLB 2K12 player. And I believe this is the Oakland Athletics, right?
Should be.
I knew
Correct.
That's a great question. I'm so happy Coco Crisp isn't just a memory hole.
Geography. What is the northernmost U.S. state?
So,
it doesn't say contiguous. It's Alaska.
Yeah. Or is it? Wait.
It's Alaska.
No, it's not like the tip of Maine or something.
No, it's Alaska.
I thought this like was
Don't
something
overthink
weird.
this. It's Alaska. You're
Okay, all
overthinking
right.
it. It's
Okay,
Alaska.
Sorry.
Celebrity mashup. Is that Ian Hawke? No. Ethan Hawke? Ethan Hawke, sorry.
Ethan Hawke.
Who's in Glass Onion?
Yeah. I don't know either of these two.
That looks too old to be Ethan Hawke.
I like kind of.
The woman looks a little familiar.
There's a woman in here.
Yeah, isn't the face the woman?
There's a man in there.
I could. There might be.
I don't know.
Chain restaurants. Meat Za, Extravaganza, The People's Pizza, Pacific Veggie are names of pizza ordered by what chain? I know it.
Pizza Extravaganza.
California Pizza Kitchen.
No, I know it because of The People's Pizza. This was in their commercials recently.
Pizza Hut?
No.
What is it?
Domino's. They're The People's Pizza.
Really? I didn't know that.
Somebody's offered one called the Extravaganza.
I don't know that one, but I just know The People's Pizza is what they say in their
I had a
commercials.
bad addiction to Domino's my junior year of college. It was not good.
We're rolling.
We're
rolling.
Randy Newman's song, It's a Jungle Out There, was the theme song for this mystery dramedy that ran on the USA Network from 2002 2009.
No idea.
I don't think I know. 02 to 09. I was too young. Probably didn't watch this.
What is even like It's a Jungle Out There sound like?
I don't know. Like I probably know the song, but I'm not. It's not.
We probably know the show too, just don't.
I have no idea.
I feel like it says something to do with like a city, but I don't know. Mystery dramedy? I don't know. Only Murders in the Building.
Movies. Adapted from a play on the same name, Denzel Washington and Viola Davis starred in this 2016 period drama that got nominated for Oscars Best Picture.
I know the name.
I know too. Fences.
It is a fantastic movie. It really depressed me when I watched it. Yep, Fences.
All right, I'll add that to my list.
Excellent movie, though.
It's a good movie.
I haven't watched it.
2016 had a lot of good movies. Music. When I was young, I never needed anyone, and making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. Are lyrics from the 1975 Eric Carmen song that was famously covered by Celine Dion.
No idea. When I hear "Those Days Are Gone," I always think of "Don't you worry, child," because I have a part where it goes, "Don't those days are gone." I'm stalling for time while Kenny figures this out on his own because I don't
know. I feel like "Fool" would be like a good one to like.
Foolish beat.
What a fool believes.
Yeah. Foolish games / you were meant for me.
What kind of fool?
You were meant for me / foolish games. Why are those both different options?
All right, I give up.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna guess?
I mean, I don't know it. I mean, I probably do. I just don't know the lyrics. I wish you would sing it too.
There should be an audio.
When I was young.
I never needed anything.
I think the celebrity mashup
went
one,
off whatever the cadence actually is.
Like, I feel like I know like the hair. Like, I feel like it's an English actor I know.
Who's the guy who plays the dad in Talladega Nights?
Ricky Bobby?
No. Thank you.
It's been a long time since I've seen
I don't know who the hair looks like. That guy's character, like the dad's whatever actor that is, but I don't know who it is. So maybe it's Ray Liotta, the star of Cocaine Bear.
Liam Neeson. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, wow, that is a
Jared Ferrara. Is that who that is? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna.
Oh man, I
thought
that
is
was
not who that
woman.
is. I don't know who that is.
I feel bad.
Oh, he's an Entourage.
I was pretty surprised you said that because I did not.
I thought the lips might have. I don't know. Television. Monk. I watched that.
Yeah, don't know it.
Music. All by myself.
Yeah.
Never heard it.
Got that.
Yeah, I've heard the Celine Dion version.
Maybe I have. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. See, it's not the. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. All right. Oh well.
All by myself.
We have Tigers in the Wild. If Kenny will change the tab, he does. Kenny, what's your Tiger in the Wild?
My Tiger in the Wild goes to Aidan Shaw, who made it on SportsCenter Top 10, number 3, with this dunk.
Monster Jam.
more of like I think he more like threw the ball at the height of the rim almost. It's a pretty nice dunk. Shows off all that athleticism that he had. He even tapped his head too. There are YouTube viewers. You see that? But good to see Aidan Shaw. His mother posted this, and I quote tweeted and said, "Always a true son."
Yeah, this is great. I
Forever
have a
true
hot
son.
take. I love the kind of dunks that Derek Jones in the NBA was always famous for this. He would do them where he'd like throw it in. He'd go like
Mhm.
even with the hoop, but he wasn't at it where you could grab the rim and just throw the ball in. I think those are kind of sick. Good for
Yeah,
Aidan
where it
Shaw.
like bounces off the back of the rim and everything. That's
Yeah.
fun. Shaw's had some really nasty ones this year.
Oh yeah.
Like this is not the first one. I think it might be the first one that made Sports Center top 10, but he's had
Jeez
some good ones.
Louise.
Little mass competition too. They're taking on UMass here.
Oh yeah. Interstate rivalry. Boston College is gonna need him this year. They're kind of struggling, I think, but it's a good moment. It's a good moment. Payton, your Tiger in the Wild.
My Tiger in the Wild is going to go to Brady Cook, who made his first career start in the NFL today. Even through his first career NFL touchdown, it did not go the way I think anyone would have wanted, though. The Jaguars kind of smoked the Jets. It was 48-20. Brady Cook, 22 for 23, 176. The touchdown I mentioned to A.D. Mitchell, but he did have the 3 picks. So still cool for Brady Cook, undrafted guy, gets to make a start in the NFL as a rookie. Like, that's incredible. So good for Brady Cook. Jets are just not a great team in general this year, so he wasn't exactly put in a great position to succeed.
Yeah, unfortunate with the 3 picks because that first quarter he was electric. I mean, the touchdown drive, I think he went like 6 for 6 or 4 for 4 or something, and
Yeah, he started 6 for 6.
yeah, he was doing well, but yeah, threw a couple of interceptions. Learning moment, but yeah, this is great. I mean, get to remember forever. There's some good moments. They showed his parents in the crowd a whole bunch, and they were getting really excited. That was very great to see. Mizzou fans were probably enjoying the Jets game more than pretty much every Jets fan has enjoyed any Jets game in the last like 10 weeks. So something to cheer for. Something to cheer for. Kenny, your Tiger in the Wild.
You gonna explain why you just pulled that tweet up?
Oh wait, I don't know why I said Kenny's Tiger in the Wild.
Yeah, so I mean, I pulled that up. I mean, I was waiting for Jack to mention it too, but Steve Wilkes, I mean,
oh yeah,
I don't think you see that very often. Where that was the defensive coordinator his freshman year, redshirt freshman year, right?
2021, basically.
Yeah, so second year in college football, and Steve Wilkes is the defensive coordinator for the Jets now.
Indeed. Sorry, I don't know why I said
Armed
Kenny's Tiger in the
Forces
Wild. I memory hold Kenny's own segment.
Look at that. I'm such a trendsetter. Now someone else just said memory hold. Kenny says behoove.
I've said memory hold before. My Tiger in the Wild, Mizzou women's basketball. So they lost to Illinois. So hopefully the men's team, maybe they can avoid getting swept. But they bounced back with a win at SLU. Went to SLU, beat them 82-66 here on Sunday. So the men's and women's team both getting a couple of wins. Grace Slaughter, Shannon Dowell, and Chloe Sattel all had 16 points. 3 co-leaders. You don't see that too often in basketball. Jayla Smith, 13 off the bench. She was also in double figures. Missouri, once again, my message echoes that the women's basketball team needs to show the men's basketball team how to shoot free throws. 81% from the line, 69% for the guys against the.
There's the SLU Mizzou non-conference basketball game everyone always clamors for. Jeez, can we leave it behind now? Gosh.
Yeah, but it overlapped with Bethune-Cookman. Like, which game were you going to watch? Those are
I
two great
maintain
matchups.
If Dennis is going to keep playing these mid majors, we just need to make them SLU, Missouri State, SEMO,
SIUE,
Kansas City, SIUE, which is not in Missouri, Lindenwood,
Truman State,
William Woods. Maybe go to
get Columbia College.
Yeah, what's Columbia College's arena called? Maybe go in there and play them.
Play Maple Woods. I think that's where Albert Pujols went.
Just not Maryville again.
Yeah, Rockhurst.
I will say also, it really does seem like they have a pretty good nucleus here. I mean, Slaughter's a great player. Shannon Dowell's a great player. I know they have her for another year, I believe. So that's very that's positive that they have a couple of really good players to start. I mean, it's not perfect. Obviously, there's a lot. They're not a deep team this year, but there's definitely, I think, progress being shown.
I think Sotel, that was her first. No, sorry, it was a season high. She had 14 points before, so 16 and 8. Good game for her.
Reisma, I know it's Reisma or Sotel. I mean, both of them. I think like as long as one of them gets going with Dowell and Slaughter, like there's a decent mix of talent in there.
Yeah, Reisma, Dowell, and Slaughter all in double figures average. Jayla Smith's not far behind, 8.9 points per game. So
she's definitely the best bench player for them.
A nucleus, you're right, Payton. So hopefully it can keep they can keep having success. They're 10-3. Off to a good start. The SEC is going to be really good. North Alabama and Kansas City are their last two non-cons, and then they have a gauntlet right out of the gate too. They play Texas, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt, who are all ranked. Texas is number 2. Kentucky and Vanderbilt are 15 and 14. So tough start out of the gate for Mizzou women's basketball for conference too. So we'll keep an eye. Headline, Kenny.
It's a tough one. Good pal, Zachary Haverman, brainwashed me into thinking that Cody Schrader would be playing this weekend. I don't think he would have guessed this, but Cody Schrader did get waived on Saturday. Was with the Texans for a couple of days, got signed after being waived by the Jaguars. They brought up Jawar Jordan, who's also his first year out of Louisville. He played in this game because of injuries to the running back room for the Texans, but Cody Schrader not with the team, so still looking for those first snaps on offense in his NFL career.
Yeah, Jordan had a great day too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure
he had a big run that reminded me a lot of the run that Cody Schrader had against Georgia in 2022. Payton.
Yeah. Also, this is not Jawar Jordan's first year. He was drafted last year.
Yeah, but it's his first. He didn't play last year though.
Yeah, but it's.
Or is it?
Well, it wouldn't have said. It says experience one because he's played one season. It's not.
Okay.
It would have said experience rookie if it was his rookie year.
Okay.
I really just wanted to move on quickly from the thing Kenny brought up.
Then why did you? Never mind. What did you learn, Payton?
Best thing I learned this week, end of an era in a lot of ways in the NFL, because the Chiefs in mid-December with 3 weeks to go are already eliminated from the playoffs. This comes from Michael Middlehurst Schwartz from USA Today. Chiefs eliminated from NFL playoff race, ending 10-year postseason run. Yeah, it's over. They lost to the Chargers. Both the Texans and the Bills, I think, were the two results they needed. Both of those two won. That knocked the Chiefs out mathematically. They're already done. They have 3 weeks of meaningless football to go. It was just surreal to see. I mean, it was really tough, too, because, I mean, Mahomes went down with what might be a serious injury. I think Andy Reid said it didn't look good. Very, very bleak ending to a very, obviously, I'm sure the Chiefs will be able to bounce back if Mahomes is able to, come back at full strength and everything. But, I mean, that's probably it for Kelsey. I don't imagine he'll be back next year. We'll have to see. The Chiefs are probably going to have to shake some things up. If it were up to me, I mean, Brett Veach, I don't think has done a good job at GM. I think some changes need to be made there. They've just kind of coasted a long time off Mahomes being a superhuman. And the second he kind of, didn't look like the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, the cracks really showed. And now it's over. I mean, they're out for the first time since 2014.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, to have a playoffs without them, to have the run that they went on and so abruptly and bad. I mean, they've never been good this year. It's not like it was a collapse or anything. They've just been a poor team. Hey, they can tank now and get maybe a top 10 draft pick, just lose out. Maybe that's the move.
Get a quarterback.
Do the Jordan Love thing. You just draft his replacement, his successor.
I don't think we should be talking about Mahomes' successor just yet.
Yeah, probably.
He's currently in the quarterback room at Missouri.
Is he now? And who would that be? Who are you staking your claim on?
Brett Brown.
I was going to say which walk-on you want me to pick.
Tommy Locke, yeah. Yeah, absolutely wild that they're not going to be in the playoff. It is an end of an era for sure. Way to go out. Way to go out. Gardner Minshew ending the Chiefs dynasty with an interception. The headline for me this week, folks. Fernando Mendoza becomes first Indiana Hoosier to win Heisman. Yes, we had the college football awards, and he ended up coming away with the Heisman Trophy. We had a friend and a voter in Jack Sobel. He tweeted his poll. I mean, pretty wild. Like, this is as classic of a sports story. You could probably make a movie about this as you get. I mean, he was a 3-star recruit, in the depths of his class in 2022. He's the QB4 at California, and now he's a Heisman Trophy winner for an undefeated upstart Indiana team and going to lead them to the playoffs. So I think it's as cool of a story as you can really find objectively. So this was very exciting. And like his kind of cornballness is sort of fun. Like, he only has LinkedIn as his social media. I've seen, people make a big hubbub of that. His post-game interviews are always great. I think he gave a good speech. I read a little recap of it, but good for Fernando Mendoza. I think stuff like this is cool. A nice win for the Heisman Trophy, which, I think a lot of people, I mean, I guess he is a quarterback and it is a quarterback award, but, nice to see him recognized with the highest honor in college football after the journey he's been on.
Could have been Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh, you go ahead.
No,
It's
I
fine.
just typically am the one that talks after Jack.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you should just.
I know I am, but you go.
Should we talk about the NBA?
Oh, the Thunder lost. The Thunder lost right after I did the segment.
Yeah, I mean, he could have been a Missouri Tiger, Fernando Mendoza. Oh well, what can you do? I'm not gonna. I'm so tired. I'm not ever gonna lose sleep over things like that anymore. It doesn't bother me. The Bears drafted Mitch Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes. It doesn't matter. I don't control that. All I can do is look forward to the future and hope they get it right next time.
That's some good maturity of you, Payton. Good maturity. I don't know. I just think this is a good story. But yeah, former future Missouri Tiger Fernando Mendoza wins Heisman. That's your headline here. Payton, do you have a joke?
I sure do, guys. This one comes from our favorite TV series, The Today Show. Guys, what did the duck say to the waiter when he brought the check?
What, the quack?
What the quack?
What did the duck say to the waiter when he brought his check? Jack, do you have a guess?
I can't pay this bill. It's something to do with Bill.
You're on the right track.
Yeah, it's something to do with Bill.
What did the duck
bill.
say to the waiter when he brought the check? Put it on my bill. I think that's a good one.
You like that one.
I think you could tell by the fact I was kind of giggling through the joke. I think that's a nice solid one. Kenny, you like ducks.
I do.
Yeah.
Give me a second. You guys keep talking.
Okay, yeah. Well, of course, as always, these jokes come from Sarah Lemire, who after using this document or just this story, this article, this webpage from the Today Show, after using this for more than 3 years, we've recently discovered Sarah Lemire was the one who's been writing it. There's Kenny's painted duck. It's a mallard. It's got the green. It's a male mallard, I believe, because males are the ones with the green heads. Oh my God, he just flipped it up. Okay.
All right, that'll do it for the show. Thank you to Kenny. Does the mallard have a name? I don't think he can hear me.
He'll be back. I know where he keeps it. He keeps it in his living room.
He always comes back. Does the mallard have a name?
Payton.
What is isn't there another duck out there?
Yeah, he said put it on his bill.
And that'll do it. Thank you for watching, listening. We will talk Illinois on Friday. So tune in to that. And sorry to any Chiefs fans listening. That's tough. You may have seen me glancing over to the side. My team's going to lose to Philip Rivers, so I sympathize. All right. Thank you for watching, listening. We will see you next time.